This is the video for 3-5, and we are going to deviate from the book slightly in this lesson. Before you watch the video, I want to make sure that you have with you your homework worksheet and your handout. So let's look at your handout. It says list of mathematical symbols. We are only going to talk about 4 of these today. The first group you do need to memorize, and I want you to add W equals whole numbers to that list. The next symbol that you need to memorize is that E-like looking symbol, and it means element of. The next symbol that you need to learn is the symbol for such that or given that. Now on this handout it has ST written down, and I've never seen that used before. So go ahead and cross that out, and I want you to draw a straight line. Whenever you see a straight line like that, it means such that or given that. And finally, I want you to add to this handout braces. Whenever you see braces, that means the set of. So now what I want you to do is I want you to get your homework worksheet, and on the page that says multi-step inequalities, solve each inequality and graph its solution, I want you to do the first 4. Now, it says put answers in set builder notation, and you don't know how to do that yet, which is what this video is about. So all I want you to do is just solve each inequality and graph the solution for numbers 1 through 4. So here are your answers for the first 2. N is less than -1, and on the graph you have an open circle at -1 and it's pointed to the left. And the next one is X is less than +1, and again you have an open circle at +1 and the arrow is pointed to the left. But let's think about what this means. This is describing a set of numbers. And set builder notation is the appropriate form for the answers. Set builder notation is how you describe this set of numbers. And this is how you read set builder notation. I have it highlighted up there, and I have a very important note that said it's very important that you learn how to read this. The number 1 is read as the set of all real numbers n such that n is less than -1. Unless you specify an integer or a natural number, it's assumed it's a real number. So let me read that to you one more time. The braces mean set of. So this is the set of all real numbers n such that n is less than -1. So let's look at this one. It says the set of all real numbers x such that x is less than 1. And that's how you write your answer in set builder notation, and that's how you read the answer. So now what I want you to do is pause the video and take your answers from numbers 3 and 4 and put it in appropriate set builder notation. So here is your answer. The first one, or the third one, number 3 here, is read as the set of all real numbers p such that p is less than 2. And this is read as the set of all real numbers k such that k is less than or equal to 2. So that is how you put your answers in set builder notation, and that is how you read the answers. Okay, so let's go to the next page of your homework worksheet. But what do we do if there are more limits to our set? This is where you need to memorize your symbols. So look at this first one. It says m is a set of integers that are greater than -1 and less than 4. So this is how you write this in set builder notation. First, you describe the elements of your set, their integers, and then you set your limits. So let me read this. Again, it's super important that you understand how to read this. This is read as the set of all m that are elements of integers such that m is greater than -1 and less than 4. The set of all m, or all values of m, that are elements of integers such that m is greater than -1 and less than 4. Let me read that one more time while I'm pointing to them so you understand what these mean. The set of all m, or all values of m, that are elements of integers such that, and now you say your limit. M is greater than -1 and less than 4. You describe the elements of this set, and then you set your limits. Okay, so here's the next one. N is the set of real numbers that are less than 12. Now, if you don't put real numbers, it's implied it's all real numbers. But I want you to recognize it written this way in case you get to a standardized test or in case you get to Algebra 2 and you see it written this way, you know what this means. This means the set of all n that are elements of real numbers such that n is less than 12. And the other way to write it when it's all real numbers is just the set of all real numbers n such that n is less than 12. So rewind that and rewatch it if you have to. And we're just learning how to speak math. I want you to be familiar with the vernacular used to describe sets with inequalities. So now what I want you to do is go ahead and finish out these worksheets, check your answers when you're done, and email me if you have any questions.